My name is Emilia Victoria, and I was a part of semester 12 at the Outside School. For my culminating leadership project, I decided to give back to community I felt I could both assimilate and empathize with. My initial project was called Presents for Pediatrics. The idea was to provide toys, games, and gift cards for children spending extended times in the hospital due to long-term illnesses. I was driven to focus on this idea as I had spent time in the hospital as a child following a near-fatal car accident. A very important support for me while in the hospital was the Child Life program, which was run by a woman named Mary Ann. Mary Ann was one of the few bright things in my day while in the hospital. She had a huge room full of toys, games, and art projects. She also facilitated all donations to the hospital. I remember over Christmas being incredibly excited to see the children who were there getting presents, especially those who couldn't afford them. I've always wanted to help Mary Ann, and the CLP seemed like the perfect opportunity. When I spoke with Mary Ann, the child life specialist now at Morgan Stanley's Children's Hospital, and explained my idea of raising money to get toys donated, she loved that I wanted to get involved, but also said that donating toys was not perhaps the best way. She told me two really important things. First, she said that raising money during the holidays, which was my initial idea, was not ideal for them as donations were very large during the holidays. Second, she also let me know that donations of toys and games, while always welcome, was not addressing the most pressing need. Many children and their families spend days, even months, in the hospital. It is not only scary, but also very expensive. While insurance might cover the cost of care in the hospital stay, many families struggle to pay for everyday items such as parking, gas, room decorations, and food for the hospital cafeteria. For example, parking at the nearest garage costs over $35 a day, meaning families spending a month in the hospital, parking alone would cost over $1,000. Once Mary Ann and I agreed on what would be the greatest need, I decided to fundraise for donations that would directly cover the cost of things like parking cards, gas, and gift cards. All donations would go directly to the Pediatric Child Life program, and they then could decide where exactly to direct them. I like this idea because it means Mary Ann and her colleagues would have some flexibility and also would be able to offer families things that they'd never been able to offer before. I kicked off a month-long fundraising drive on February 1st through February 28th. My goal was initially set at $5,000, which I thought seems like a lot of money. I listed $10,000 as the goal on the website, thinking that if underestimated, I would only reach a maximum of $5,000 and even less. By setting goal publicly at $10,000, I knew I was taking a risk, but thought that it would also raise the bar in terms of my goal, and hopefully people would give in larger chunks of money relative to the size. I advertised the campaign through both Facebook and sending individual emails. Facebook is a great place to reach people, but it's also a place where someone, if they don't see your post immediately, are probably not going to see it at all. I raised a bit of money from Facebook, but most of my donations came through email solicitations. I emailed a total of 76 people, and what was amazing is that 60 people donated. I'm very proud of how much money I was able to raise in a relatively short period of time, and the fact that the money would go directly to the Pediatric Child Life program at Morgan Stanley's Children's Hospital and be used for their most basic needs. I'm happy that at least a few families will not have to worry about things they should not have to worry about, like whether they can pay for parking or afford the gas required to travel to and from the hospital every day. I believe I was successful in my fundraising and that I was able to raise a total of $6,833. This happened over a long period of time. I raised in $50, $100, and sometimes $250 increments. I checked the website a lot to see the progress, and I was incredibly excited anytime anyone donated. While I surpassed my initial goal of $5,000, I'm still over $3,000 away from my stretch goal of $10,000. I'm going to keep the site up during March to see if I can reach that milestone. In the meantime, the hospital will be able to distribute the money raised to help needy families immediately. One of the most important things I learned in this process is that we often make assumptions about what people need. I assumed that receiving donations for toys and games would be a priority for the hospital. Once I had an honest conversation with them, I learned that although they would be happy with these donations, there were other more critical needs that were not being met. Talking to someone who really understands the ultimate recipient is critical to this process. Otherwise, I might have made a huge effort to find out that what I donated was not only not needed, but might not even end up being distributed. Knowing the recipient and having empathy for them is the most important element in any project that involves giving back. Thank you for watching.